Yo, 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 it's D.Arthur in the building. I'm talking to you guys today about why semen retention makes you a part of the 1%. Seed retention makes you a part of the 1% because you finally had shifted your priorities in life. You have finally shifted your priorities in life, and this has made all of the difference. This has made all of the difference. It comes down to it. Like what are people focused on? Whatever you focus on grows. Whatever you pay attention to more grows. Whatever you talk about grows. Whatever you think about grows. However you're feeling grows. Physically manifest. So I mean, we have people who just want to live normal lives. People who just want to be everybody's man. Live a white picket fence life, and there's nothing wrong with that. There is literally nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, that is a very happy and fulfilling life. But the thing is, maybe when you were a little bit younger, or maybe when you got a little bit older, you decided you saw some things maybe that provoke some sort of inspiration in you. Maybe it's someone you saw on the internet, someone that you looked up to, and you decided to make a decision to mirror your life kind of like them. Like kids who have dreams of making in the big league and had basketball dreams might have looked up to Michael Jordan. And then they did everything in their power to try to make it to the league. Now, lo and behold, I mean, it's hard to make it into the league. You have to be a special type of person to make it into the league. But they tried. And the thing that I'm trying to say is, once you go on retention, your childhood like dream like type of person starts to become real again. It starts to become real again because you're conjuring up, you're building up a lot of belief in yourself because the thing is, like I said before, semen retention, semen is strong enough and valuable enough to create another human. So like I said, if you conserve your sexual energy, you're literally holding an imaginary person in you. You're holding another essence of you in you, and this is your highest version. It's reabsorbing through your entire body, and now you're becoming quote unquote magnificent. You're becoming exquisite. You're becoming phenomenal. You're becoming remarkable just by how you act, how you carry yourself, your higher vibration, your mindset, and just your attitude. It's finally shifted. Attitude is the number one thing that you can take care of, because if you have a good attitude, you're 50% of the way there. That your attitude makes or pays you. If you have a negative attitude, if you're pessimistic, if you have a mediocre attitude, if you have a very mundane attitude, you're just not allowing the better things to come into your life because you're putting a blockage on them. You're blocking your blessings by your piss poor attitude. So change your attitude. Change your attitude. Have some inspiration. Actually have some belief in something. Actually start to do something. Have some oomph in your step. Have some vigor. The thing is, once you've been punched in the mouth a couple times, and you were sick of getting punched in the face, in the mouth a couple times, you decide that you're no longer gonna take it. The bottom line is, guys are just way too comfortable. They're just too comfortable. They haven't been punched in the mouth a couple of times to really know how to feel. They haven't been down and low. They haven't been overlooked. They haven't been rejected. And you have to, and maybe people say, oh, don't take it too personal. Oh, don't do this, don't do that. But sometimes you may actually have to take some things a little bit personal. As crazy as it may seem, as And as much as society doesn't want you to take some things personal, at some point, once you've been punched in the mouth a couple times, you might have to take it just a bit personal. Once you take it personal, that's when things start to change, because now there's something in you that is screaming for something a little bit better. You gotta get punched in the mouth a couple times. You gotta know how it feels to be overlooked. To have someone that you really like overlook you. You might have to. This is the start of the change. This is the start of the change. Once this happens to you, and you feel it at a core level, and it actually means something to you, your whole world may flip upside down. Your whole world may flip upside down, and this is actually a very good thing, because now you have something. Now you have your why. The bottom line is, guys don't have their why. They're comfortable. They don't have anything that may provoke them. They don't have anything that may wake them up in the middle of the night. There's something has to sting in you. Something has to sting in you, and then maybe when you use that sting energy, that unsatisfied energy, and you transmute it into greatness, and this is it. This is the mic drop. This is where we cut it off. So like I said, you get punched in the mouth a couple times, maybe more than a couple times, and then you use that unsatisfied energy, and then you create something phenomenal for yourself. And every time you feel like letting up, you take it back to that time where you felt very low, and then you use it as motivation to go a little bit harder. And this is how when you walk in the building, when you're walking in a place that nobody knows you, this is how you get recognized. This is how people may stand up when you just walk in the building. This is how people may walk closer to you when you're working out. This is how people may always want to ask you questions when you're about your day. This is how people humanize interactions with you, just because you have something else about you that is maybe not common. You're becoming an uncommon man, and this has made all the difference. You're becoming Mr. Uncommon. You're becoming Mr. Uncommon, and this is a good thing. This is a good thing. Being uncommon is a good thing. Being above average in a specific niche is a good thing. Having a chip, they like to call it having a chip on your shoulder. This is what happened. Maybe in football, there's a player who might have gotten overlooked. He might have not gotten picked. He might have gotten slipped in the draft. And now look at him. He is a phenomenal product. Some examples, some physical manifestations of what I'm talking about is, aka Tom Brady, the greatest football player to ever live, and someone like Russell Wilson, someone who was overlooked in the draft, someone who was overlooked. He might be a little bit too small. He might not have fit the size, and somehow he is climbed the ranks to becoming someone who is noticed. And this is the bottom line. So, like I said, you got to get punched in the mouth a couple times, a little bit more than not. That's why being angry is a very creative vibration. Get totally pissed off about what you're doing. Find something that fuels you. There has to be a third, fourth, fifth, sixth gear in you. Because the thing is, like, if there isn't something that is maybe keeping you up at night, then it's not, you're not gonna want to do the go all in type of thing. You don't want to go, you don't really want to dig deeper. You're satisfied with getting a little bit. You have to get the whole plate. You gotta eat. You gotta eat, and then you gotta get the food and give it to other people so they can eat. This is it. This is what happens when you get punched in the mouth just a couple more times than the next person. When you get overlooked just a little bit more times than the next person. It's like that scene in Hancock where the kids were calling Hancock some name, and then And then Hancock says, do this one more time. And then once he says this one more time, he threw the kid up in the sky, and then he came back down. This is just a metaphor of what I'm talking about. You got to get punched in the mouth to really change. And once you change, you're going to be a little bit happier. You're gonna finally pat yourself on the back to realize that you did it. Because it's so hard to quit at the beginning. It's so hard to think that things may be difficult at the beginning and not even try. But once you've tried the impossible and you've actually accomplished, you're going to look at yourself a little bit different. Now you're going to want to do more things to try to accomplish the things that you thought you couldn't do. You have to go for everything they said that you couldn't have. You have to go for every single thing that they said that you couldn't have. And that will make all the difference. But you got to get... But it just works out a little bit better if you just get punched in the mouth just a little bit more times than not. Just a little bit more times than not. Yeah. People become great when they go through adversity. People transmute their energy and become great in this reality. Become great. But you got to get punched a little bit more times than not to find your 6th or 7th gear to go a little bit longer. Maybe you're on the treadmill and you're deciding to quit, but then you remember a time that you weren't satisfied with, or you remember how you used to look before you started to run, and then that's going to make you just go a little bit harder. And these are the things that you have to find to become greater. And semen retention will help you become the top of the 1%, because you're finally, like I said, changing your attitude to try to get something better from life, and you're just more confident, and now you want more from things because you just have more confidence in yourself. And this is it. This is the bottom line. Like, comment, and subscribe below. We'll see you in the next video. Peace. I appreciate all of you. Bye.